Wake up and join me for this week's Transformative Tuesday 2024. As always, I'm Dennis R. Holder, Mr. Motivation, the CEO of Herald of Hope Books and Inspirations. And yes, I'm coming to you as your #1 Tuesday morning motivational speaker. I'm asking you to do that thing I'm always asking every Tuesday morning. Wake up and lend me your ears on this Transformative Tuesday. As we continue throughout the month of June, where our topic has simply been, we must keep going. What are you saying to us, Dennis, in the month of June? That yes, the year is nearly done. That yes, we come far being at the mid part of the year. Yes, we've been able to accomplish a lot of things, but guess what? There's still more to be done. There's still more months, more days to be lived. There's still more opportunities to continue to sharpen the blade of your mind, body, and your spirit. I'm asking somebody to do that thing I love to scream, transform into your next best self for the rest of 2024. In fact, our quote for the day is going to continue to feed that fire, continue to encourage us, continue to inspire us to go forward. The quote for the day simply states that what stands in the way, hey, is what becomes the way. Let me say that to you again. What stands in the way becomes the way. Now, come on, Dennis, talk to me this morning. Talk to me about this quote. I'm telling you what, I got to ask you. I'm not telling you anything. What comes to mind when you hear these words? What stands in the way becomes the way. No, think about that. Let's hold on. Because I know that sounds simple, but we have this tendency to take on a lot of things that sound really simple, and we just overlook the true value that they have, the true depth, the true greater understanding and wisdom behind them. What stands in the way becomes the way. When I hear these words, when I say them to the internal aspects of myself, I hear the words jumping out of me of determination, perseverance, and persistence. I hear that because those are going to be necessary components, in the process of continuing to go forward and keep going in this year of 2024. In fact, I'm going to remind us that in our pursuit to overcome our problems, to reach our goals, dreams, and aspirations, to just manage the trials and tribulations of life, we have to have determination. We have to be persistent. We have to continue to persevere. None of us can get anywhere if we don't decide to do these things. We'll never keep going. We'll stand still. We'll sit and think about it and talk about what we should do. We'll stand still, stagnant because we're afraid to make a mistake, or we'll just go for it foolhardily and just make random decisions and hope it all come out the wash. But guess what? We all know successful life, a true successful life, is one of planning, of strategic, of deliberate actions, of a greater understanding, and also, hey, of a faith that you know that you're more than the situation, circumstances you face. That's what I mean when I say what stands in the way becomes the way. Now, what are some things that can stand in our way? Let me talk to you this morning that can try to hinder our determination, that can hinder our drive and focus, our patience and our persistence, as well as our perseverance. Well, sometimes our bad attitude can stand in the way. Now, what you're saying, then my bad attitude stand in the way? Your bad attitude is running off or keeping you out of circles of opportunities of influence and affluence. Your bad attitude can talk you out of good situations because you have nothing but negative things to say. That's something that's in your way. That's an obstacle you're creating for yourself. But guess what? What stands in the way becomes the way. The best way to get past this attitude, this bad attitude, this negative attitude is, guess what? To have a better mindset, to speak with life, to speak with optimism, speak with greater understanding, to speak with a greater potential of possibility in your life. That's what I'm talking about. To acknowledge the fact that maybe, just maybe, you don't manage money well. That's a problem. That's something that's standing in your way, right? Well, maybe it's time for you to acknowledge that and learn better strategies in managing your money, learning how to better save, challenging yourself to different opportunities to save, to better manage money, to talk to people who manage money better than you. This is what I'm talking about. What stands in your way becomes the way. Because when you acknowledge these weaknesses, when you acknowledge these shortcomings, when you acknowledge that you can manage your diet a little bit better, that you could grow and evolve on your job and advance in your career, that you could continue to go back to school and do these things, what is standing in your way of what you perceive for yourself, what has been blessed and anointed in your spirit as a seed to be cultivated and grow, what you find is shaking your faith, that's the thing that's standing in your way. It's meant to guide the way for you to get to somewhere else. But then as you make it sound easy, no. Then as you make it sound necessary, most definitely. Then as you make it sound like everybody can do it, we all can do it on this Transformative Tuesday. How do I know that? Because our God, our Heavenly Father, in His infinite wisdom, decided to give me, give you, give all of us the opportunity to have authority, accountability, and responsibility of our lives. Oh, somebody didn't hear me this morning. I said each and every one of us. Each and every one. Somebody come in close. I'm going to tell you what you got. A secret weapon. You have authority, you have accountability, you have responsibility. Now let me talk to you a little bit about these. When I say you have these things, what I'm saying is when I say you have authority, you have power. You have God-given talents, ability, strength, encourage, faith, hope. Whatever, you have all the tools that you need to be your best self. Do your best work. To attack and go after the goals, dreams, and aspirations. If you can set your mind on it, if you can strategically look forward to it, guess what? You can achieve it. There is a way. It is a possibility. If you can see yourself getting outside the box of your life, you have the authority. You have the authority to sit and pray, to look to our Heavenly Father and operate in faith and hope and patience, persistence, and continue to persevere in your life. But that's only if you're willing to take hold of that authority in your life. For we all know the eternal physics that an object at rest will remain at rest, right? So as long as you don't act on your authority, if you don't pursue that power, if you don't use it, guess what? All it is that thing everybody loves to talk about. We all love to work in the conversation. Potential. Potential sounds real good. Oh, you have so much potential to grow. You have potential to evolve. But if you don't ever tap into it, hey, if you don't ever connect to it, if you don't ever, hey, in fact, let's bring it closer to home. It doesn't matter how beautiful of a mansion, of a house, or whatever, if you don't, that you built and established, if you don't plug it into the right power source, if you don't get some missing power running your way, if you don't get connected to the power line, I can go to this drop box, I can go to my, not lock box, I can go to my fuse box, and I can try to turn it on and flip all the switches I want, but if I'm not connected, hey, if I'm not connected to the true power source, I'll never be able to connect and turn on. I'll never be able to illuminate beyond my potential to be more. But that's what happens when you decide to step into your authority. Next, you got to take accountability. Now, Dennis, what you talking about when you say accountability? When I say accountability, realize that where you currently stand, first of all, it's not where you can always be. Take accountability for the fact that when you're wrong, own it. Own it, live it, and acknowledge it. Deal with it. Face it. When you're right, stand on it and appreciate it. What I'm saying, each and every one of us, you're not going to always be right, but you're not always going to be wrong. Take accountability for the decisions that you make. God has given us a mind that is strategic, that is deliberate, that is intentional, that is flexible and able to maneuver and go forward. Take accountability. Learn how to weigh your options in your decisions. Learn how to decide and live and learn. The process of this thing, you do realize that in the process of living, if we want to realize that what stands in the way becomes the way, we got to realize how to take those weaknesses. Hey! Take those shortcomings. Take those difficult situations and those stumbling blocks and make them stepping stones. Take that procrastination and realize that I need to overcome it so I can get some drive and resolve. Realize that guess what? My bad attitude is not going to talk me out of circles. I'm going to fix my mouth and the decisions that I make, my mindset and the way I speak, and I'm going to elevate my thinking and start to speak life into my situation. Speak life into the circumstance that I face. I'm going to speak life into the possibilities of my life because guess what? I'm taking accountability. I understand that I've been given gifts, talents, and abilities. Great. I understand that I have potential to do better, probably even more than what I think I'm capable of. Amazing. But guess what? In taking that accountability, you got to put it to use. You got to continue to strategically move forward in your life. What am I saying? That we all have these plans for life. I don't care who you are. We all have a plan. But guess what? Our plans never go in a straight line. I don't care who you are, from the richest of us to the poorest of us, black, white, or any of the above. Nobody's life goes perfectly. We have to be able to make adjustments, hey, and not excuses. We have to continue to allow ourselves to strategically look forward to people who want to continue to help sharpen the blade of our minds, bodies, and our spirit. We want to continue to expand our understanding of ourselves in a situation of life that we have to face. We have to remind ourselves that we have to take accountability for the decisions that we make. Live, learn, and allow ourselves to grow and evolve. But also, in taking accountability, learn how to forgive yourself. I don't care who you are. We tend to beat up on ourselves. We tend to either beat up on ourselves about our past, or we worry ourselves about a future that we can't even see. Can you take accountability for where you stand? Can you embrace the moment to where you're currently planting your feet? Because if you're willing to take accountability there, you can plant your feet in the present. Hey! Plant your feet in the present, and you can allow yourself to cultivate a greater understanding and a greater appreciation of yourself. Last but not least, I'm bringing us to taking responsibility for yourself. And I'm saying when I say take a responsibility, all I'm asking you to do each and every day is realize that when you get to open your eyes, when that alarm goes off, whenever your alarm goes off, guess what? Your eyes are open, you're able to get up and affect the world. You're on assignment that morning. Guess what? That gives you a responsibility. You have a responsibility. I have a responsibility to embrace our goals, dreams, and our aspirations today to affect change in the world, to be the change that we want to see, to step out into a greater understanding, to pursue our dreams, goals, and aspirations. As we do that thing, I love the screen. Transform into our next best self. That's the responsibility that we have. I love to say this. Everybody always, I want the meaning of life. The meaning of life is to take responsibility for this life that you've been given. The gifts, talents, and abilities that make you at the core of who you are, embrace them, use them. Sharpen the blade of your mind, body, and your spirit to encourage and uplift your fellow man. Be the difference that you want to see. Simple as that. It's not complex. It's not overstated. It doesn't have to be this long, drawn out thing. When you wake up, do the best you can where you are with what you have. All I'm asking you to do when I say to you is that what stands in the way becomes the way, is to realize I have it, you have it, we have. We have authority, we have accountability, and we have responsibility. Embrace these gifts. Use them so that guess what? you can realize what stands in your way and you won't let it stay there. You'll take those stumbling blocks and use them as stepping stones. You'll take hold of that when the elevator of life seems to be out. You don't mind taking the stairs. Because guess what? You won't let these obstacles hold you up because they're an opportunity for you to grow. I pray that each and every one of you, yes, each and every one of you, be blessed on this Transformative Tuesday. And remember, what stands in the way becomes the way. Be blessed.